If you want a point guard that can shoot tons of threes, has got great dribble moves, and is really, really speedy, this is the build for you. So let's get into it real quick. You want to go down here to your pie chart, and you want to select the green one here with 95 mid and 95.3. We're going to go with the max speed and acceleration. That's like speed is everything in this game. And then we're going to max out our shooting and our post fade, 3-point and mid-range shot. Then we're going to put up our free throw to 76, I think it is, yep. So we get our 30 shooting badges. Now you could probably put your post fade at 76 if you want, and put your free throw up. But I've found that the free throw line, as long as you're pretty accurate, you've got 77% chance it usually goes in, and if you miss once or twice, it is only 1 point. Next, we're going to go down to our playmaking, and we're going to increase our ball handle, we're going to increase our pass accuracy, and we're going to increase our post moves. Then going to drop them down until we get to the little sweet spot of 13 playmaking badges, so 49 that will be. And next we'll go up to our finishing, and we're going to max out that close shot, max out that driving layup, and max out that driving dunk. And yes, this build can dunk, it just does need to be open to do so, and it doesn't do so often, but when it does look pretty sick. Now, you're not going to upgrade your standing dunk because you're never going to standing dunk, and that's just a fact of this build being so tiny, which we'll show you in a second. But we want to get our post hook up, and we want to get that little sweet spot for 6 badges, so 77 on that post hook. Now we want to feed the rest into our defense. Personally, I like to put it into my perimeter, lateral quickness, and steal. And you could put it into a few other things. Maybe you want to put 1 or 2 points into your interior because you're going to lose that. That looks pretty good. And you could upgrade your rebound. Defensive rebound actually does go to 63, I believe it is. However, I feel that with this build, you're not really aiming to rebound. It's pretty much fine where it is. As long as you're near the ball, you'll be able to rebound it. But that's more of a power forward center job, so there's no real point needing to upgrade that. You can have whatever body shape you want, that's fine. So I'm just going to go with defined and keep going. And now your height. You want to set this to 6 foot. This is really good because we get a little bit more speed. And while some of our finishing attributes go down, and some of our defensive ones as well, and a little bit of those post moves, we do get that 80 ball handle. And that 80 ball handle is essential, because with 80 ball handle, we are able to acquire pro dribble moves, and then you can do your curry slides, your nice little crossovers, anything you want. And it feels good, trust me. It feels good. Next, we're going to put the weight to 157. This just makes our character a bit quicker, and it's in a little nice sweet pocket here. It does make him a bit weaker though, so if you want to make him like 200 pounds and have them be stronger but a tad slower, that is another option. And we're just going to want to go with 77.4 for the wingspan here. Next, I like to put on spot up shooter. You can put on shot creator if you want. It really doesn't matter for this build. It works well with both. And as we can see, we have shades of Trae Young and Kyrie. Really cool. Now, for our badges, what you want to equip, once it loads, what you'll want to equip is Giant Slayer, because this is a 6 foot build. And most people would put Contact Finisher on. That's really for dunking, and this doesn't really dunk that much, this sort of build. I've only seen it dunk 2 or 3 times. So you could put on something else. Consistent Finisher if you wanted. Fancy Footwork, or Pro Touch. Personally though, I've found that this year Slithery Finisher is so good, especially with a build like this, which has pretty good speed overall, especially for grinding out your My Career games. This seems to work well. Now to the big 30 shooting badges. So what you're going to want to do here is, first of all, Hall of Fame Range Extender is a must-have. Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter, once again a must-have. We're going to go over here and put on Hall of Fame Deadeye. Silver Corner Specialist, Hall of Fame Green Machine, Hall of Fame Volume Shooter, Hall of Fame Catch and Shoot, and Hall of Fame Flexible Release. Now this is going to guarantee you, if you're not greening it, you will at least be making whites, because you have that Hall of Fame Hot Zone Hunter, and you have that Hall of Fame Volume Shooter, Range Extender, and Deadeye, along with Catch and Shoot and Corner Specialist. Now, if you want to put in Steady Shooter, I found Steady Shooter to be really, really good this year, personally. Steady Shooter, unlike last year where it was pretty much Hall of Fame or nothing, you do have the 30 badges, so it is worth it. And pretty much every good shooter in 2K21 this year, in the 2K roster, I should mention, has Steady Shooter. So I'm talking, you know, Steph Curry, Larry Bird, those sorts of cards. And as you can read, it reduces the penalties for contested shots and bonuses for open shots. And it seems to work a lot better than last year. So this is another sort of way you can go about it, because you don't really need Hall of Fame Green Machine or Deadeye. They're just nice to have. And you don't really need it for flexible release either. So if you want to chuck in Steady Shooter on gold, that is also an option. Next, with your playmaking badges, you're going to first want to have gold stop and go, gold quick first step, gold tight handles, and gold handles for days. Now from here, you can really have whatever you want. If you want to pass around a bit, you can put on dimer. You could put on downhill if you want. You could put on Lob City Passer, Space Creator, another great option. Floor General, or maybe if you're getting stolen a lot from, Unpluckable. Personally, I like to put on Space Creator because I seem to be carrying around the ball a lot more, being a primary ball carrier with the additional speed and nice ball handle in there. And it works really well in 2, so I'd suggest probably this. And you certainly do not change any of these, especially Stop and Go. Stop and Go is the most important badge this year, probably just behind Quick First Step. This pretty much stops you from fading when you're running and then want to take a shot. It is really, really useful, and it works really well in gold. You don't even need it on Hall of Fame. Finally, we're going to get our defensive badge, and we're going to put clamps on. Clamps is the best one. Now, you don't really need any of these other ones like Worm, Box, or Rebound Chaser, and a lot of the time, you still kind of are able to box out opponents if you know what you're doing. It is a bit more tricky, but with our one badge, clamps is your best option. Okay, so that's all the badges. That is the build. Let's go back one more time, and that is a playmaking shot creator. Now, this build is actually really, really good because whatever level you are at, this build is super, super good. And let me show you something real quick. This is a really good budget build as well. So if we just start a new My Career and we load in, let me explain while it's loading in. We want to go directly to the NBA. This build does not require to be 99 overall to have good shooting and good ball handle. The speed, yeah, you do need to be a bit better. What team do we want to go on? Let's go on the Celtics. I like the Celtics. Okay, cool. So we're in. We have the neighborhood. We have our appearance. We're about a 60 overall at the moment. Yep, 60 overall. So if we quickly look, if I were to max out the mid-range, to max out the 3-point, and to max out the ball handle, that puts us at 75 overall. And that is only 72,000 VC. Not much. And this build pretty much does already everything you want. Yeah, the speed's not great and the vertical's not amazing, but you do have that 95, 95 and the 80 there. And if you want, you could probably, or you can't, but this is like a really lethal build, especially at 75 overall. You could be going into boot camp and using this sort of thing and cleaning up in there. If you just had all the badges on and stuff, this would be an insane boot camp build. I know a lot of people like to bring in like a power forward or center build. You know, a lot of 60 overalls in that sort of style. But if you're more of a point guard player, this is really the 75 overall build for you, because it has everything you need. It has your pro dribble moves. It has your great shooting. You'll be doing amazing. And even if you're not willing to spend money on this game, or not too much money, this can get you... I have this build, and I have it only at about an 82 overall, if I check it quickly. And it is so good. I'm able to play public games. I'm able to do well. I'm able to be up there with the 90 overalls. It is a really versatile build. It is a really good build, because it's able to dribble, and it's able to finish, and it's able to do everything, but it really, really specializes in on that. Here we can see it. It specializes on that shooting. So this 82 overall is the one I've been using as it loads in. But this sort of build is just super, super strong. And if you're picking up this game, or you're picking up on the PS4, Xbox One, this is the build you need to make. You'll be hitting whites, you'll be hitting greens, you'll be able to, you know, make your way around other players. It is really, really good, especially if you don't want to spend a ton of money on VC. You don't want to have to deal with really, really try-hard players or have a challenging build to use. This should be your go-to build. And you can see there now I'm in 82 overall, playmaking, shot creator. It is awesome. Well, anyways, that's it for this video. I'll catch you later.